Turning to a disturbing story in Oklahoma, where Brent Mack was found buried under a septic tank after being brutally shot and killed. The victim's boss, a former city councilman, is accused of the gruesome murder. But he was granted a $500,000 bond by Judge Susan Worthington. Daniel Triplett is charged with first-degree murder, and somehow he was released from jail last week. He is free before trial. And listen to how bad this is. He was caught on tape. The victim seen disappearing from view as he enters a hole dug by Triplett for a septic tank. Triplett is seen leaving the scene alone. Mack's body was later found at the site. The victim's family is outraged, starting a petition to get Judge Susan Worthington disbarred. Here's what the family and the DA had to say about the judge's decision.
When I heard her say, I'm a grant bond in the amount of $500,000, she understands that there is video evidence. And she put that up against him being an outstanding citizen in the community.
In my 35 plus years as a prosecutor, bond is not granted in murder one cases. There was no evidence presented that this defendant could be convicted of something other than murder one.
This case speaks to a broader, deep-rooted pattern of racial disparity in America's cash bail system, where white criminals charged with serious offenses like murder one can get bond. Black and Hispanic people are much more likely to be held on bail than whites. 75% of blacks and Hispanic pretrial detainees are charged with drug or property crimes, not murder. Young black men are twice as likely as whites to be detained. Bond is not granted for murder cases. The judge saying he was an outstanding citizen in the community as an explanation. We can see the injustice, and the system must be fixed. But one thing we do have to remember is that in the midst of this kind of violence against black people in this country, just because Derek Chauvin, just because there are occasional cases of people being held accountable, does not mean that our system as a whole does not need massive change and restructuring.